Today's Dallas Cowboys mailbag is made possible by our good friends over at Magic Spoon. Get $5 off your first order of the best healthy and tasty cereal on the market. High in protein, low in carbs, and despite zero sugar, this stuff tastes incredible. So get $5 off your first order, magicspoon.com/Cowboys. From Bubba Johnson, how you feel about the rookies on defense? I mean, so far, I think pretty good. Micah Parsons has exceeded, I think, everybody's expectations. That's a big deal right there. Osa Odigizua has flashed. That's very intriguing. He's not all the way yet, but I think he's going to be a piece. Chauncey Golston continues to look a piece as well for the Dallas Cowboys. So those young players have been solid at this point for Dallas. Now, Kelvin Joseph, Nashawn Wright, the two corners, the biggest area of concern, have not really emerged at this point yet for Dallas. That's going to take some more time, and those two will be key for the Cowboys long run. Not to mention Jabril Cox, Quinton Bohanna could be pieces as well. So you spend that many picks on defense, you're probably going to get some good players in the end. Mario Vega, will Diggs have another pick in week 4? I mean, how can you bet against him? Give me the yes on that one. At some point, he's not going to, but I can't bet against it anymore. From Dylan, been watching for a few years, let me tell you. Tom knows his football. Love the content. Hope y'all have a good day, even Eagles fans. Dylan, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that, and I know producer Jeremy appreciates the comment as well. We had the question earlier about the Cowboys rookies. So what do you think? Grade the Cowboys draft class so far. It is still early. You haven't gotten contributions at all from 2 of your day 2 picks in the rookie corners, but Parsons looks great. I think the defensive rookie of the year frontrunner at this point. Odigizua under the radar playing great as well. So get your votes in. Grade it. A, B, C, D, or F. From Jarek Evans, do you think Joseph will work his way into the cornerback rotation with Brown, or is Brown done enough to hold him off? I mean, I think that will be determined at practice. Again, Joseph is not back yet. It's going to take him a little bit longer, which is a disappointment, I know. Brown has gotten better each of the 3 games. I think a direct correlation to the level of receivers he's faced. You know, instead of facing Antonio Brown or Chris Godwin, he went down to Mike Evans, then down to Jalen Reagor. Like, that's better in terms of challenging the receiving corps. So Brown is not elite. He never will be. He's probably best as a 3 or a 4. But I think it will take Joseph some time to emerge as a starting option at corner. I think that's the general expectation for most corners. Diggs is the exception. Let's acknowledge that. From blank, username checks out. Will CeeDee move up to number 1 receiver by the end of the year? I think you're in a 1A, 1B situation here. Like, the Cowboys offense clearly is down to spread the ball around. They've got no issues moving the ball around to Schultz, to Pollard, to Jarwin, to Cooper, to Lamb. That's not an issue for them. So there will be weeks where Lamb looks like the legitimate receiver 1. There will be weeks in which that Cooper is the receiver 1 again. From P.D. Miller, let's talk about the defensive tackles. They played great. I think part of that was the Eagles refused to run the football, which did not make any sense. I will say I thought Osa Odigizua played very well, was again disruptive. I thought he had a very, very strong showing. Hopefully a bit of a breakout game for him. They ran some fun stuff with Chauncey Golston and Gregory with where those guys were lined up. Justin Hamilton was not a liability. Brent Urban did his job again as kind of a run clogger. Quinton Bohanna, I actually didn't play that great, but they didn't allow big runs outside of 1. That's a good sign for Dallas. Yes, I think they played very well. Cowboys Zach, the Cowboys should give Kelvin Joseph the Trevon Diggs move, throw him in the fire, see if he improves. I think that's fine. He's not healthy, of course, for starters, but let's remember where this team is at right now. If Kelvin Joseph is a disaster, that might cost the Cowboys games. They're able to win right now with Anthony Brown. So until they think Joseph is an upgrade, I don't think they're going to throw him in the fire. That's not really what contending teams often do. That said, I do want him to get back to practice, and we can work him in as the year moves along. From C-Note, I feel like having the best receiving core in the NFL is helping develop our corners. It doesn't hurt, and I'll tell you what, Trevon Diggs, having his brother being Stephon Diggs, doesn't hurt either. From John Vids, do you think we can sweep the NFC East? Can? Yes. The Washington defense, all of a sudden, because they're playing better quarterbacks, well, guess what? They don't look like the same level in terms of the defense. They're playing better QBs. They don't look as good. Crazy how that works out, right? They don't have the quarterback. The Eagles don't have the quarterback. The Giants don't have the quarterback. The Cowboys are going to be favored as long as Dak's healthy in every NFC East game this year, I think. So sweeping, maybe they lose one. But they're going to be in position, I think, to do it. MLZ Videos. Who isn't on the Cowboys roster after this year? I think you're going to end up losing Michael Gallup. I think you lose one at minimum of Connor Williams or Dalton Schultz. Maybe they try to move on from Blake Jarwin to keep Schultz as an option. I think you might be looking for a new center. You probably keep Piotr, but you look for a new center. I think they try to keep Randy Gregory, but maybe with the emergence of Micah Parsons, it's one of Gregory or Lawrence who sticks around. It's probably one of Cooper or Gallup who stick around. The Cowboys can make it work with all these guys, but they're not going to. They're still going to keep some flexibility long term and continue to draft and replace guys, which for the most part have done a decent job of outside of some certain selections. Now, you don't have to choose with Magic Spoon. $5 off the best blend of health and taste when it comes to breakfast cereal. Magic Spoon, high in protein, 13 or 14 grams in every bowl to help you with them gains. Low carb, by the way, only 4 grams of net carbs and 0 sugar, helping keep the dad bod weight off if you're like me. I'm down 10 pounds since we started with Magic Spoon. They're a big reason why. Get $5 off your first order, magicspoon.com/Cowboys. That link, a clickable one, by the way, folks, will be in both the comments section and in the description. Tons of flavors from the blueberry to the cocoa, frosted, fruity, cinnamon, maple waffle, and so many more. There's something you will like. magicspoon.com/Cowboys. Ian Carderas, Cowboys Super Bowl. I can't get ahead of myself. I've been burned too often in the past. I love where the Cowboys are at. I'm excited about the way they've played so far this year. I just can't do that. It's been too long. I will get to the playoffs, and then we can have that conversation. Michael Medina, Zeke versus Tony. Who ends with the most yards at the end of the year? I think it's Zeke Elliott. He's still playing about 2/3 of the snaps. He's playing more than Pollard. By the way, Zeke did outplay Pollard last night, or Monday night. He was the better player. So I love Pollard. Use them both. It's good. Keep using Zeke, though, as your lead back. Let Pollard be your dynamic pace guy. I think that helps maximize both players. From Dylan, I like Jarwin more than Schultz. Go Pokes. There you go. Look, I still think Jarwin's a good football player. Schultz has outplayed him, though, so far this year. Both snap counts and efficiency, as far as I'm concerned. From Duncan, can we make a trade for a better official? That was a Prescott touchdown. Yes, it was. The overhead view was very clear. Like, he was across the pylon. Piece it together. Be better, officials. First off, in general, by the way, folks, those plays are always called touchdowns and then reviewed. Why that wasn't initially called a score is pretty damn rare. From join the Dak side, I'm loving the safety play and all without Donovan Wilson. I mean, I agree. You've seen splash plays from all your safeties. Jerron Kearse last year, guys, was cut by the Lions. The Lions said, oh, he's bad. And he ended up signing very cheaply with the Cowboys, and they came across a hidden gem, and that is awesome and a big deal as far as I'm concerned. DeMonte Casey, I think he got dinged for the touchdown late in the game, but he's been very solid. And most importantly, the blown coverages that were so plentiful last year aren't there anymore. That is a big deal for the Dallas Cowboys, and I love the depth the Cowboys accidentally have found at safety. From Zach Woolley, somebody tell me what the hell is wrong with Coach McCarthy's clock management. He doesn't call plays. What's his excuse? Everybody hates the McCarthy clock management, and I get it. I think McCarthy went full coward on that last drive to end the first half. Like, second and forever, you can get the ball back with Dak Prescott, who you know is balling right now. Go get 3 more points. Go be aggressive there. So, look, I get kind of sort of the argument, but in the end, I did not like the clock management there by Mike McCarthy. Jose Martinez, should we be worried about the kicker missing the extra point? It was only the one, but you just can't have nice things, I guess, in the end. Zuerlein just isn't all the way there. Like, he's just not quite the kicker that I think John Fossil thinks he still is. So, I'm not worried in the end because it was a blowout, but yeah, like if he keeps missing a kick or a field goal each game, that's points left on the board that you cannot afford moving forward. Cowboys Station, I gotta yell. Anthony Brown and Gallup for Xavien Howard. Dolphins say no. The Dolphins love Xavien Howard. They just redid his deal. Miami, frankly, doesn't need wide receiver help. They've got Will Fuller, Devontae Parker. They spent a first-round pick on Jalen Waddle. So Gallup's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I like that you're offering value there. But the Dolphins and Howard worked it out. There's no chance of an Xavien Howard trade before the deadline. Zero chance from that perspective. I'm sorry. From Jason Chase. Better than the Eagles. Once again for you, Jeremy. You keep picking the questions that get yourself bodied. Are you a masochist? Like, are you into this? A little bit? All right. Jeremy says Eagles fans deserve the pain. Okay, that's fair. Marcus Simon, how confident do you feel on safety? Scale of 1 to 10. Relative to what the Cowboys have had in recent years, it's a 10. Overall, probably like a 6 or a 7. I've been really impressed by Jaron Kearse. He has been a gem. Malik Hooker has been solid, frankly, in run support too, which is a nice little surprise there. And some nice coverage stuff there. The depth's a 10. There isn't truly an elite game-changing safety, but one step at a time. They've got depth, so I'm at like a 7 right now. Highest I've been in a long time at safety. From Tyrone Sankey, if the Cowboys defense keeps looking as good as they do you see a scenario where we trade Tank, and if so, where? This year, no. You want DeMarcus Lawrence back, because what you don't want to have to keep doing is throwing out, Justin Hamilton, Terrell Basham getting 20 snaps a game when he hasn't done much of anything. You'd like to have some off-ball reps at times for Micah Parsons to utilize him a bit differently. So I think you want Tank back this year. The trade makes no sense. After this year, you might be in a keep Gregory or keep Tank scenario. But a trade right now, no. Don't make your team worse to get a future pick when you're a contender. After the year ends, we'll have some tough calls to make with free agents and guys under contract. From Kevin, why didn't Dallas do the C.J. Henderson trade? We had a question on this earlier too. Henderson is not a pure value top 10 pick anymore, right? Panthers got him, as the Cowboys play Carolina this week, a 5th-round pick, a tight end who's decent, and a 3rd-round pick. The Jags really wanted the tight end, by the way. What's going on here is a couple different things. I've heard from some Jags people and from Albert Breer, amongst others, personal issue concerns with Henderson. Apparently, getting out of Florida is maybe a good thing for Henderson. There's been some questions about his love for the game. Big-time red flags there. In general, you don't see top 10 picks dealt for this little, this quickly. Now, it could be the Jags are stupid. Very viable possibility. I would wonder if it's more likely that there's a lot of stuff Jacksonville saw that they did not like and the rest of the league heard. Because in theory, if this was the only asking price, there should have been more teams in the mix there. The Jets should have been in the mix here. They should have had a second-round pick. They got no good corners. Because that there really wasn't that much buzz, unless they went DeAndre Hopkins Texans, there might be some more stuff off the field that the NFL was like, we don't want to gamble on that right now. Now, speaking of this Cowboys-Panthers game, predict the score for me. Cowboys against Carolina. Flood the comments section with your votes right now. Get your votes in. Predict that score, Cowboys, Panthers in Week 4. Now, if you haven't already, folks, hit that big red button and subscribe for daily Dallas Cowboys videos. That way you won't miss out on anything that we have here on the Cowboys Report. MLS or MLZ videos, what Cowboys would make you say Super Bowl baby? NFC Championship game win. If you mean regular season, if you beat the Chiefs and the Chiefs are like good, then that's the statement announcing we are here, we are legitimate contenders. Again, from MLZ videos here, does Michael Gallup have a lot to prove now that Wilson has done pretty well? I don't think so. We know what Michael Gallup does. Wilson's been a good player. That's a nice thing for Dallas, don't get me wrong. But we know that Michael Gallup at his best is better than what Set has shown. I don't think Gallup has to prove anything. Super chat from Mark here. Aloha. Glad he beat the Eagles, but it's a lame Eagles team. I'm concerned with our D-line. We've said except the D-line. So I think you have studs at edge. Tank Lawrence when he's back healthy. I think Randy Gregory has been showing flashes. The production's not there, but the impact is if you watch more than just the throw and the snap. Odigizua is getting there, but he's not an elite stud quite yet. And Parsons as an edge has been a stud. But if you mean interior D-line, I agree, Mark. Also, you blew out the Eagles. That's what you're supposed to do against bad teams. I'm right, Jeremy. All right, from Healy. Do you think we're hyping up Parsons to get Van Der Esch 2.0, killer production, then year 2, year 3, a disappointment? As long as the scheme doesn't regress or get figured out, and as long as Parsons stays healthy, I don't think so. We're talking about Parsons with edge and blitzing and pressure production. Those pressure numbers are better future indicators than like off-ball tackle linebacker coverage. So I know that I was hyped about LVE after year 1. Oops, although he has played better this year, so too is Jalen Smith. I'm not at that concern with Micah Parsons. From Manster54, any news on a Donovan Wilson return? Given the timing, I think he's got a chance this week. Obviously we're filming this on Tuesday, so we'll see. But with where everything's at for the Cowboys in terms of playing, showing growth, etc., I feel better about the Cowboys as it relates to Wilson playing in the near future. All right, question for you guys. Of course, Cowboys don't have to rush Wilson back because they've got great safety play. They can be cautious there. Who's your favorite player right now on the Cowboys? No wrong answers. Simply get your votes in the comments section. I love this one, by the way, from Spencer Smith. Over under half catches this year. So the Cowboys in particular have shown 2 very different personnel packages than what they normally have. Number 1 was CeeDee Lamb lined up in the backfield. And that was a run to Lamb. There will be an angle route, probably in the red zone from Lamb at some point this year. Finally, the Connor McGovern fullback package. Play action red zone, throw it to McGovern. Give me the over, Fatties only lives. Timothy M., is it me, or does Dak deep throws look a bit underthrown? It's you. The shoulder's fine, guys. We don't nitpick here. Dak Prescott, the pre-snap stuff has looked great. He's not always firing 100% every throw. He's shown great touch this year instead, but I forget which throw it was. I think it was a Schultz one over the middle on second down. There was a second or third down, triple coverage, tight window rocket from Dak Prescott. The arm's not an issue. He's fine, guys. Dak Prescott looks like the franchise quarterback that I've been telling you he is for several years now.